welcome to this week's video. Week late really, so it's a fortnightly video. Normally a weekly video, but things have slowed down a bit. So you'll see the progress with the pond. I did promise a visit to the koi dealers, but we've had crap weather until last couple of days, so we'll catch up with that next week. And we're also still hoping to catch up with Steve's pond. I keep saying I'm going to pop up there, but we're trying to get my pond sorted. Yeah, it's been a complete nightmare, and I started a new job, so trying to fit things in has been a bit awkward. But yes, this week we just do a basic update of what we've got done on the pond. It's made some good progress this week, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Yeah, so in terms of going up to Steve, so there's a couple of things to look at with Steve. Is the fiberglass, because since building his pond, he's actually fiberglassed another pond, so really it's just to catch up with him, just to show that as a DIYer, you can fiberglass a pond, and you'll see with the quality that he's achieved with both of the ponds that he's built in the last couple of months. You'll see it really is doable, and there's a significant saving there to be made. Me personally, with the new job, I'm too busy. It's a big pond, and I'm worried about getting it wrong. So yeah, as I say, for my own pond, I have employed the services of a guy, the pond wizard, Adam Longhurst, really nice guy. So we'll do some video with him. But yeah, visit to Steve's is really just to show you that he can. And actually what he's going to be doing, he finished his block pond and fiberglassed it, and now he's decided that he wished he'd put a window in, window in. So we're actually going to get to see him retrofit a window too. So yeah, anything is possible. But just now, literally just dropped through the door onto the mat. This month's Koi Talk edition. So if you haven't even signed up to this yet, if you're into koi, I mean, are you even into koi if you haven't signed up to the Koi Talk magazine? I mean, just for starters, this is my 4th edition, I think. Yeah, so this is issue 4, so the 4th edition. Just the quality alone is exceptional. It's really nicely written. This is Chris Wall, founder and co-editor, and there's some really interesting articles in here. This month's perfect time really, we're all having issues and that, so there's a really nice write-up regarding koi parasites, health issues, etc. But yeah, the first 3 issues have been absolutely incredible. Can't remember the price, but I've signed up to direct debit. There's the Tempest, think what you will of that one. But yeah, as I say, in terms of quality of the printing, just the thickness of the pages, just a really nice magazine to pick up. I know that sounds silly, but you know, it's like picking up a paperback book. It's better than reading it on a Kindle, and this magazine is sort of true of old. It's yeah, really nice quality. But with that, let's get on with the video and get hold of these guys, sign up, get your direct debit set up, and you can sit down and enjoy a cup of tea by your pond, or a beer, glass of wine, whatever, and just read up about that loved hobby. All right, enjoy the video. I'll catch you in a bit. Evening all. Good news. We have started getting our roof on. So there we go. Just 100mm posts. 6x2s with, I didn't want to double up on the 6x2s. It looks a bit in your face, so they have got a supporting beam on the back. You can see it better over there. And then what will happen, obviously when I cut out my overlap joint, you can just sit on top of there then. But yeah, so far so good. The only problem when you're trying to do something like this, every time you drop a sodding bolt or a pencil, it goes in the hole. I'll be fecked if I'm getting that out. But yeah, so I think it's about 8 o'clock in the evening. It's been quite a long day at work, so I thought I'd just grab half an hour. And yeah, so they're obviously now bolted to the walls as well. So they're, I think they're 550 in the ground, and then double bolted to the wall, just to be sure. You know, belt and braces and all that. So yeah, it's me saying it's groundwork's not cookery, and here I am fussing, but joinery is certainly not my speciality. I'll give it a go, but yeah, so far so good. It's been like 60-mile-an-hour winds here today. Good news, it's only raining a little bit, but it's still raining, so We're out here.
Weekend, so we got to crack on, but just come out here today to finish the pergola. So got the corners in, got the two end rafters, had some wood delivered this morning, pressure pipe, got that this morning. Hi rat dog. So we're slowly gathering stuff, which means we can just get on. But yeah, not much going on at the moment. Get the roof finished, and then what I've done is I've bought these because, similar to the pergola on the old one, what I would like to do is replicate that, because in my mind it's a little bit Japanesey, a little bit coy, but I want to do it around the pond. We was originally going to go for render, but it's just going to look too modern and out of place. I want it to sort of blend in with the garden, although it just looks a mess up here, so leaving it as it is would probably be sufficient. But yeah, so it'd be slats going round. Ted! Hi there, boy. Slats going up and around, but I want to get that on first, and then I can tidily cut my my pipework into it. But yeah, speaking of pipework, it is some good news because we've been shopping. And there we go. So we've got 1.5 inch pipework outside. All our ball valves, T-pieces, 90-degree bends. Got a slide valve just for the inlet to the Nexus. Got another, there's already a 20,000 vari pump on the pond, the old pond, which I'll transfer across. But that pond is to run the Nexus. We've got 55 watt Evo UV, and I've just left this out because a few people have asked what microscope I use. I haven't got an expensive microscope. This was 60 quid. It is the Telmu model XSP 75. It's the finest China can offer, I think. But on 100 times, 200 times, 400 times, it's absolutely fine. 1,000 times magnification, it's not brilliant, but for doing scrapes and that for 60 quid, but yeah, it's not too bad. But if you can pick yourself up a second-hand Brunel or something like that, you're better off. But if you can't and you want to buy new, 60 bucks on Amazon, check it out. But yeah, it's, we went down to Icklesham Koi for these, and as always, Icklesham Koi were absolutely brilliant. Tony and Bob down there, husband and wife, and what we're going to do is pop down, if the weather's a bit nicer, next week we're going to pop down. We'll hopefully get to see Steve's pond on the next video, because we've had nothing but shitty weather, we haven't been, but he's making good progress, better than me. But yeah, at the same time, if we go and see Steve, we can then go and do a local koi dealer visit, which would be nice. So we're going to see Tony and Bob, and they can show us around their shop. Not a huge shop, which is nice. It's nice, small, quaint, really well stocked, beautiful koi, and they can get anything you want, and they're really reasonably priced. So we'll have a little trip down there. In terms of my stupid idea for removing the slats, lo and behold, excuse the building materials everywhere. Very good light, but yeah, it's actually working. And behind the stain that someone's used, they're actually in really good condition, the slats. So I'm going to carry on, and I'll probably save myself an absolute fortune. But yeah, I'm going to crack on doing the pergola roof, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. That's if I don't slip off in the wet and break a leg or break a neck. But I've got life insurance, so it's not disastrous. Catch you in a bit. That's what we're doing here. So we've got our template. I've got one that's already cut up and we know that fits. Oh, excuse the E and the I really hurt my back. But yeah, we've had a template that fits, so been using that for each one. So just a fine tooth saw or standard saw down the lines, and then rather than trying to cut it, because I've tried using a jigsaw on these before and you just find the blade wanders because of the 50mm thickness, but literally just cut down either side of a handsaw, hammer and chisel, and because of the grain in the wood, they're such soft and cheaply made these days, or cheaply produced, that it doesn't take much. Yeah, got most of them done. 4 to go. Guess what? Still pissing down with rain. I think it's winter, not summer. Tops up the old pond now, I suppose. Had a bit of a problem in the pond, I think I said about 2 or 3 videos ago. So they're actually under a chloramine T treatment at the moment, just to be safe and sure. But we've lost a couple, unfortunately. A couple of nice ones too. Not so much looks, but none of our fish are really purchased to win shows. They all mean something to us. So yeah, sad really, but that pond keeping, I suppose. If you are having problems, you're not alone. Lots of people have had problems this year. Just get in touch with your local koi dealer, ask for help, ask on the forums, because it will help you. But yeah, don't be downhearted, because it happens. Happens to the best of them, I'm afraid. Good news. Mess everywhere. But the pergola is done. Yeah. There we go. Nice and simple. Get on under there. So it's basically a 6x2 frame. Front and rear beams are doubled up, so effectively a 4-inch beam. 6x4-inch beam. And yeah, just finished off on the front. And then underneath here is going to be the fabric, a waterproof fabric covering, well, partially covered. I don't want it fully covered. I was originally going to go with a solid top roof, but I've since changed my mind on that. It's going to be too dark otherwise because of the tree canopy and that, when it blocks the sun. As the autumn and that draws on, and early spring, it tends to be a bit darker of an evening, and that would be actually nice to enjoy it a bit more without having to have the lights on. But yeah, so there we go. Pissing wet fruit. It's been an absolute shocker of a day. The garden's loved it. I haven't. And yeah, that'll be it for today. Sunny tomorrow, apparently. So the Met Office are saying it's cloudy with sunshine with, I think it's 21-degree temperatures. To that I say bullshit, but we'll see. But yeah, another bit done, a little bit knocked off. On to the next job. I'll catch you later on. Just getting the battening on the front, ready to go through with a sealer coat to seal the blocks in black, and then we'll treat the timber to a nice oak finish. But yeah, just simple battens, top, middle and bottom like Michael Barrymore, and that'll give us something to screw on to. Lovely jubbly. Quick product review. This is the Wagner hand sprayer. I can't remember which model one this is now, but it's the cheaper one. If you've got a lot of fences in your garden, bits of timber, decking or whatnot, for 45-50 quid, I think it is, it's available most DIY stores. Honestly, it's a godsend. It's makes life so much easier. You do tend to use a lot more paint, but when you consider literally it's just taken probably what, 10 minutes of that to do 2 coats on the whole perimeter of the pond. You know, tight angles and that, ignore the bits on the posts, they've got to be sanded and stained anyway. But yeah, it's so much easier, lad. Simply splendid news today. We've had sunshine most of the day. It's buggered off now, but it was here, I swear. But it's been a productive day. Starting to take shape. Ignore this bottom run. Top is what is important. The bottom will be covered in chip bark. But I wanted a bit of an Amazon-y sort of theme, stroke Japanesey theme. And we seem to be getting there. Yeah, that's 400 screws. And God knows how many timber battens cut. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. As I say earlier on, we've got the treatment behind it, the sealer behind it, to make sure any water runoff is not going to affect the blocks. Certainly with frost heave in the winter. So these are now just going to have a quick sanding and then they'll be stained. And then on top we've got like a coping stone. Or timber, I'm not sure what. So obviously we'll have, in terms of width, we've got the 215, the block, there's 35 mil for the timber, and then there'll be another 25 mil on the inside. So to do it in a timber, I'm going to have to do it in 2 lots because they don't do, or I need to glue some timber together to do it. But yeah, sides, got the holes cut out ready for my returns. On the back I haven't bothered doing it, I won't show you that, it's just, I can do. It's just here, that's just painted. Because nobody sees that, so if people don't see it, what do? Soddle, that's what we do. But this paint, this grey paint, is actually the Sanitex black. So, but yeah, coming along inside the pond. Just not sure what to do with the roof yet. I'm going to have a little Google tonight while I'm watching the football. I think I do want something, but I don't want to lose the light. Yeah. Let me know, any ideas in the comments. I'll say I've looked at the, it's like scaffold material, it's plastic coated, and then if it's laid on a fall, because we've got a bit of a pent roof on this anyway, with slow rain it will dribble off. With fast rain it allows a little bit through, it does let the light through. It's that, or I could go the plastic sheets, but that is bloody expensive. So, I don't know. Let us on a postcard, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Ciao. Afternoon all. Just wanted to give you another quick update. I think when I last spoke to you, I'd mentioned the really stupid idea that I had in trying to recycle an old shed. And at the time I was tempted just to bin it, but actually it's come good. There we go, we've well and truly made a mess. Panels are coming along slowly. So, got the back and the side done, and then this is just the right hand side. So, getting a bit late now, the sun's going down. Look at that. Oh, how pretty. But yeah, ripping the shed apart wasn't such a bad idea in the end. I don't think, once it's painted up, look nice and tidy. But just the nails, the cuts and the bruises. Honestly, kids at home, if you're thinking of doing this yourself, don't be tight, just go and buy the wood. That'll do for tonight. I'm pooped. Sun's gone down. It's about 9:30. Pissed the neighbours off enough. So that's all built out of an old shed. And yeah, once it's painted, got a few battens to put in, but when you think the roofing batten, about 15 quid's worth of roofing batten, everything else I already had. And yeah, job's a good one. It looks wonky at the moment, that's because it is. We'll get the braces in and yeah, not too shabby I don't think. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Guess what? It's sunny. But I ain't done much on the pond because I've been faffing around with this. We've got a slopey garden, put the kids' pool in last time. Well, you can guess what happened, went from there down to there. So I've taken my soil that was ready to fill in that pond and in 28 degrees shoveled it down there. But we've got a little visitor to the Wendy house. Japanese house it's meant to be, but yeah, granted it does look like a Wendy house. Look, sneak up, Ren. Let's sneak up, shall we? Down and yeah, it's just the Nexus is in place. For all you people that have got drums, probably not that exciting, but for me, well, I'm over the moon. Bit of a tight squeeze, but it's how I wanted it. I can get around it to clean it. Yeah, everything's lined up as it should have done. Ignore that bit of plastic pipe, that was the previous owner, so that'll get cut off, waste kit. And the gullet is in the corner. So, yeah, so then pipework comes out, it'll go through a channel, it'll go through a duct up this wall, and then 2 of the returns go back down. So I've just emptied it out. Fiberglass is booked for the 12th of August, I think. So start clearing it out, getting it to dry out. The roofing membrane came, got some more timber there. Roofing membrane came, let's show you that. Actually, I'm quite happy with this. we've gone for glittery silver. I didn't want anything solid, I wanted something that still lets the light through, so we've gone for this. Can't really see it now, but it is see-through, but it is also waterproof, so that's pretty cool. So I'll get that on top, get them battened round. Still gives me the option to have some gutter in if I want to save some water, but yes, it is not a requirement. But yeah, cracking on. I just can't believe the weather. It's just nice to be out here. But yeah, I might have to have a dip in that myself later on. But yeah, Saturday tomorrow, so we'll get a bit more done, and I shall catch you then. Later. Yeah. Oh. There we go. That's the roof on. Only problem is one run of batten short on either side of the centre, which is bloody annoying. But on the bright side, a lovely view from up here. Yeah, there we go. So there we go, that's your lot for this week. That's where we're up to. So the next plan is start doing the pipe work. So the UV will be mounted on this back wall, and then it will split to 2 returns. So all of that's done. Did make one mistake. Excuse the look, it doesn't look pretty, I know. So a blind man galloping on a horse would like to see it. But thankfully it is going to be covered by the Genius Fiberglass. So one cock up I have made. I made the mistake of following a lot of videos and pictures online. So obviously the Fiberglass gives a lifetime guarantee. So what I've done, let me just jump in. So I've got my returns, and then I've got 100mm 45-degree chamfer to do on the bottom. So rather than go right down with the insulation, there's more chance of it sticking. So it should be, or it would be like that. It's got to be chopped off at the bottom bit. It's not glued. But my chamfer, so my sand and cement will actually attach to the block work as opposed to being loose on the insulation. But what I've done is my rebate for my window. It's only a 1200 by 600 window. But I've just allowed for an overhang on the insulation, or underhang for the insulation. So that's my 50mm from a window to sit in for the rebate, and that goes bottom. And obviously it's an infinity window on the top, but what the fiberglasser has quite rightly asked me, and it is the proper way to do it, I'm actually going to cut this off with my steel saw. So I'll cut the 50mm by 30mm for the window and do it properly. Shouldn't be relying on fiberglass and foam really to hold a window. But there you have it. So that's one thing I need to do. Everything else is all sealed in, all ready to go. Roof's on. Let's have a point at the sun. So sun, keep the sun off. Yeah, it seems to. But it's quite nice because it's still nice and light in here, which when I had my roof before, enough make it dark. So, but yeah, as I say, I've got to make some doors, some Japanesey style doors for the filter house. The Nexus isn't quite sat where it should be yet. Shelves at the back. And then I've just put a solid hardwood back, so that'd be where my electrics go. And that's about it. Got to make the roof, as I say, some Japanesey style doors. Got some leftover insulation to then insulate the thing out. And then I've got permission to paint it black and red for that extra realistic Japanesey feel right in the middle of a town. But yeah, no, so that's it for this week. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one.